Oh, am I recording now? Yeah, I am. Hello, greetings. Waje, bonjour, konnichiwa, and how do you say hello? And buongiorno. What's another one? Anyways, hello. Down by the river today. I'm about to spend some time in the Word. I just want to say hello from Canada. I just want to show you where I'm at. This is of what it's like where I live. Now there's a few flies, so I'm a little bit being attacked here a little bit. And that's my view right there. So it's very beautiful around here. The summertime, it's very quiet this weekend. There's no activities necessarily. But I wanted to share what happened this morning in church. As you may know, my testimony of my indiscretion, having a child out of wedlock again, but this time, at a time where I've been saved for a long time, and falling into that, I look back and I see how God carried me through and held me, held my hand during this time. And today, I wanted to share the things that happened today. Before I could tell you, I need to share a little bit of what happened to me since the winter months. I can say that I went through a storm. A storm on the inside. When you fall into sin and, you don't feel worthy after. The enemy will come at you and condemn you, and you might even be in agreement. And I was condemning myself as well for about 3 months. The Lord gave me a word. My Father in heaven dealt with me as a father. The word that came was in John 8, where the woman was thrown in front of Jesus, where she was getting ready to be stoned, and the Pharisees came to test Jesus and told him, what should we do with this woman? She's been caught in the act of adultery. So Jesus didn't say anything or respond to them right away, but he took some time to bend down and write on the sand. And during that time, everybody was just curious of what he was going to say. He rose up and he turned to the crowd and said, "Let any one of you without sin cast the first stone." And everyone that was there who had already a stone in their hand began to leave one by one. And they walked away. Before you know it, she was there alone with with Jesus, right? So when he turned again to the crowd, well, to whoever was left, turned to her and said, "Where are your accusers?" And says, "There's none, Lord." And Jesus said something to her. It says, "Neither do I condemn you. Now go and sin no more." Now this, when I read this, it just ministered to me, and that's how God dealt with me. Whenever we commit sin, when we are in error, especially when we're trying really hard to do what's right, when we're trying really hard to follow the Lord. I mean, everything, and it's just not happening. And then we just do something that's totally the opposite of the word. Well, I felt like that. And when I got that word, it was that day I forgave myself. And from that day forward, I just stood up and shook this nonsense off me, this condemnation. That is not of God. It is not God that you should be condemned. And when you condemn yourself, it's not the way God deals with us. Now, God dealt with me as a father, a strict father. See, I'm not a baby Christian. So God didn't deal with me, like really babyish. God didn't deal with me like that. He dealt with me like a father. And I wiped myself from the dust and began to walk again and began to ask the Lord, what should I do? And I'm leading up to the point of what happened this morning. And one of the things that the Lord told me to do was to serve. I said, okay, Lord, in what way? I knew that I couldn't serve from like the pulpit to share the word yet. I know I'm in a time of study. So when the Lord told me to serve, I began to ask Pastor. I said, if there's anything you want me to do, let me know. But today was very different. Pastor was ministering, and there were not that many people in the church. Something about the summer, everybody's on vacation and whatnot, and so families are out. And so anyway, this morning, 3 young youth came to church and wanted to just come and kneel before the Lord. It was so moving. And I saw a young man who was sitting there, and he was just crying. I could tell there's so much going on in him. And I had my baby with me, and I gave my little son to my big son, and I said, "Here, Alex, hold him." And I went to go see that young boy, and I said, "Do you want to be ministered? Do you want prayer at home? Come on, I'll go with you." He came with me, and he was just tearing. As a result, I went up there, and Pastor was already praying for some people already with a young man, and brought this young man up, and another girl came up, and I'm like, wow, what was going on this morning? So I stood up there, and for the first time, I felt like I'm back where I need to be. And I was so encouraged. I needed that. I needed to know not when, but I guess I needed to know how it feels to minister again. It's been a long time for me. It's been 3 years publicly, but 4 years publicly. But I minister one-on-one, but ministering publicly is a different thing for me. And so this morning when I saw those young people get saved, I just got stirred inside in my spirit. And I didn't even think like, okay, Jody, you need to sit back for a while. You can't be ministering right now. All of these thoughts that used to come to me when I was in church. You need to lay back. People will not receive from you. Da 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 da. So anyway, I didn't care nothing about that this morning. All I saw was young people wanting to come to the Lord, and I knew in my spirit that young boy wanted prayer. So I just want to share that I am so happy. This morning, I was so happy to see these young people come on their own to the church. I mean, we didn't do any outreach ministry or anything like that. We just, did what we needed to do. And I'm so grateful for the musician that did show up today, and I'm thankful for Jeffrey, and I believe that God moved him in the anointing today. That was good, and I was really happy, and it just felt good to minister today. So I want to thank God. I want to bless him today. I want to give him praise. I mean, he is so awesome. He's been so good to me. been so good to my boy. My boy's been tithing. My boy's been coming to church. I mean, my boys, my boys have been coming to church, and you know, and I know why now more and more that we need to keep going to church, especially when you don't feel like it. You know, I don't care about the numbers in the church. I don't care if there's only me and my sons. I will still go to church. You know, I will still bring my offerings and I will still bring my tithes. And I'm just so grateful. And I'm so thankful for the souls that got saved this morning. I'm just so grateful. And I just wanted to share that today, and I want to bless you and give the Lord praise, and I just want to encourage you today that no matter what you've been through, no matter what storm, Jesus can calm that storm, and he can say, peace, be still. So I speak that into your life, that whatever storm, it won't last. There's a nice sunrise coming. There's a nice calm coming. So rejoice, give the Lord all your praises. Bless you. God bless you. Ain't good there. Bye.